Welcome back. And to continue talking more about Daba power plant, over the phone we have Ambassador Gamal Bayoumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Ambassador.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, so first of all, I would like to talk more about the significance of this event, especially the participation of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and the Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Very, very important. I cannot have enough words to explain to our audience how it is very important for our energy production and for our history, trying since years to have our own energy through the atomic energy. And since the incident of the Chernobyl reactor in Russia, that was in the 80s, most of the people were reluctant to have nuclear energy. And some people had on purpose the idea to convince the late President Mubarak not to have it again. And I was in the middle of this because we were on the point to buy one nuclear reactor from Germany. I was in Germany by that time. And we stopped this effort. Now, thank God, thanks to our President, to make this courageous decision to get 4 reactors, not one, from our friends in the Russian Federation. And I think we make a point to choose our partner because we trust the Russians that they will continue giving us this sort of energy. And of course, today we are celebrating the first step in order to produce.
Well,
it makes me a little bit worried about something. And if I have to warn our responsible people for this, that it's the problem of the fuel. We are signing to have the fuel from Russia. No, I hope that our president and our responsible people will make a point that in the coming years that we should produce our fuel ourselves, not to depend on anybody to give us the fuel. Because this is essential and is part of our interest in order to have the whole project in the complete sense, and we do not depend on anybody to get the fuel from other sources.
Well, talking about the installing of the RPV, from your own point of view, it indicates what when it comes to the progress of the project?
Yes, I think what I am worried about, it can be realized in the coming years, and in the atmosphere of our relations with many countries, and especially with the Russian, we are having good relations with them. They are an old partner. They are, of course, whenever we say Russia, it means the Aswan High Dam and Gamal Abdel Nasser. They helped us in a huge project like that also. So I trust that in the coming years, all the points coming to my mind will be covered, inshallah.
So talking about this project and its impact on strengthening more, as you were just talking about the deep relations between Russia and Egypt. So again, talking about strengthening the relation between both countries in the future as well.
Yes, this is very important also, and it will more and more strengthen our relations with a dear friend like President Putin, who is really did not reluctant at all to show that he is a supporter to Egypt in many fields. But what I am happy about it, that it will add to our energy production, and Egypt is a candidate to export energy to Europe. Now we are establishing 2 lines to connect the Egyptian electricity to Europe through Greece and through Cyprus. Also another line to export our gas, which is really something added to our capacity of reducing and exporting energy. Things it very good for our future. It added to our income. It gives also opportunity for many of our young people to have new jobs. It gives many things to our development future.
Can I ask you also about the Egyptian expertise in this respect when it comes to the nuclear field so far?
Yes, we have and we had since decades experts in this field, but we didn't use them quite enough. Now this is the time in order to bring them to the field and also to make other young people think about joining this sort of production. And I think we are satisfied that our young generation is keen to join us here. And we do not lack the expertise or the will to use them in order to put ourselves in a more and more strong position concerning the energy production.
How can this project add to Egypt's energy role in the region?
It adds, of course, because we have the electricity and we have this huge project to connect the electric net for the whole Arab world, from Baghdad in the far east up to Casablanca in the far west. And now we are connecting with Arabia Saudi. We are already connected to Libya. This is for electricity. For gas, as I said, we started to import gas from some countries to liquidate it, because we have huge 2 projects to liquidate the gas, one in Damietta, one in Rashid, and now we are on the point to export gas. Third is oil also. I think we shall be soon able to export oil. And the good news also with this project, which our president is opening, the discoveries in the eastern part of the Mediterranean in our domain, that we discover new discoveries in the field of gas. So we are expanding in the whole sector of energy by all its means, whether it is oil, whether it is electricity, or nuclear energy.
So, talking about the international crisis all around, and talking more about Egypt's role and this cooperation between Egypt and Russia, do you think Egypt can play a major role in mediating between Russia and other states?
I think so, because as you well know, because of the Ukrainian problem, the whole Atlantic countries are now boycotting the energy coming from Russia, whether it is gas or oil. So I think Egypt can replace this gap, and this is, for our future, is very good.
Right. Ambassador Gamal Bayoumy, former Assistant Foreign Minister, thank you very much for joining us. And moving on to a quick break, then we'll be back with more on The Breakfast Show.